Hello everyone, and welcome to our Empowering Women's series. And today I am going to talk about my story and where I am in my life, and owning businesses, being an entrepreneur, being a leader, all the different things that I've developed, the different growth that I've gone through in my experience as a business owner. I own multiple businesses. I have for the past 15 years. And I want to share my story so that other women are empowered to go out and be courageous. I call it being a courageous warrior. Actually living your dream, doing what it is that you love in life, not being stopped, not letting circumstances get in the way of you having whatever it is that you want to have in your life. So many times when I'm doing consulting or coaching, I hear so many women say that they don't have enough money, or they don't have enough time, or they don't have the education, or they don't have this, or they don't have that. And throughout my life, I've overcome so many different obstacles and so many different circumstances where I could have let I don't have govern my life and govern my results. So I want to share with you like where I came from, and have you get like the reality of like wherever you are in your life, you can do anything. Anybody at any point in their life can alter the course of what their outcome is and what they want and the joy that they have and the life that they live, just by choosing to be courageous and to take the next step. As I began my journey into being a business owner, I started my first business when I was 26 years old. I had no money. I was a teen mom. I didn't graduate from high school. I had at that time 3 children, 3 little girls. What else didn't I have? I had a whole lot of not haves, right? And I had this idea through working in a dental office. I worked in a dental office as a dental assistant for about, when I was 20, so for about 6 years. I worked in a dental office, and I was at a time in my life where I was, after having my 3rd child, just kind of in contemplation of like, what am I going to do? How am I going to support my family for the rest of our life and provide for my kids and give us a secure environment and meet their needs and pay for college, like all those things that go through your head. And I got really really curious about owning my own business. And at first I thought, oh, maybe I'll go open a gym, because I was really into health and fitness. And I thought maybe I could open a all-female gym where females can go and just like be empowered and work out freely, and not being like this guy gym. And like how it is when you go to a gym and there's like men everywhere with big muscles, and it's a little intimidating at first. But I really wanted to save space for myself and for other women to go. And so I looked into that for a while right after having my baby and my 3rd child, and I really didn't want to go back to work. And so I wanted to create something where I could stay home with her, be more in her life. And so I went through that process for a while, and nothing really happened. I didn't really get anywhere with it. And it was probably about 2 years after that time, I had an opportunity through working in a dental office as a dental assistant, and working for a really great dentist, a couple of really great dentists, and one of them retiring. And the dentist that I assisted, I was like, what are you going to do? What do you want to go start your own business? I'll come help you set it up. How can I help you? How can I assist you? And he was like, I want nothing to do with opening a practice. Why don't you go do it and I'll come work for you? And a whole new world opened up. I never considered opening a dental office. Here I am, a dental assistant, no education, no business training, no money, no education, just the experience of working in a dental clinic. And I really got present to the opportunity available to me inside of that. And I really took on I can do this, I can do anything. And so I started researching how do I even open a business? Where do you even begin? What's the process? And so I got really curious. I got really, really curious and started getting online and researching opening a business and researching where do you get a business loan and being a female in business specifically. I thought like I had this like it looked to me like it was so easy for women. If you were a female, you could go get a business loan that's specific to women because, you know, there's like this whole world around that. And so I met with several banks that had women specific areas of lending. And, you know, I'd meet with somebody and they'd be like, "You're crazy." That was like what people said, like, "Who are you? You want to open a dental office? You're not a dentist. How are you going to secure this loan?" And I'm like, "Well, this is a business, right?" So no one would loan me any money to open this business. And I was like, "Hey, what in the world is this? I thought this was like a place where you come. I'm a female. Give me money, you know?" So after being in that space for you know, continuing to be curious and be like, how can I do this? How can I really have this work? I know how to run a dental office. I know the inner workings. I know what to do with this. And I through that curiosity, through the questioning, like how can I do it? How is this possible? It led me to going back to a dentist that this dentist that was retiring, that I was working for, had leased space from while he was on a LDS mission. And I thought, I wonder if he has that space still available, and I wonder if he would lease it to me. And it took me a minute to get the courage to call and be like, "Hey, I've got an idea. What do you think about this?" And I did. I called him, and he knew me. I had a relationship with him from working with this other dentist. And I said, "Hey, this is Christy. I have an idea and I'd like to meet with you. Do you have this space available?" And he said, "Yes." And I said, "I would like to lease it from you. I want to open a dental practice." And I met with him and I told him what I wanted to do. And we generated a lease and he said, yes, you know, and he had all this equipment, so I didn't have to buy any equipment. It was older equipment, but it worked. And we leased it and leased the equipment, leased the space, and at a really, really like cheap lease amount. Like I think back to what I paid when I first started my business 15 years ago compared to what I pay now. I'm like, oh my gosh, it was a miracle, you know? So that step actually moved me forward in creating this business. And I had, you know, this dentist that was on board that had worked with me for several years. I had a couple of friends that were dental assistants that I'm like, "Hey, will you come do this with me?" And they said yes. And so we had this like little team of like 3 people. I had no idea what I was doing whatsoever, you know. Once he said yes, it was like, get your ass in gear and get going. And so I started researching, you know, how do I do marketing? How do I do branding? How do I do a phone book ad? And all these things, you know, and what is this employment stuff, you know, like what is all this stuff? But it was just the willingness to take on like being courageous. I call it being a courageous warrior. And I think we all have that archetype within us. And I think that we all have the ability to bring it out and express it in the world. I think that we all have the ability to be bigger than our circumstances. And I think that if you're always in the question of asking, how can I do this? And what's possible? And you bring that to anything that you want in your life, that things start to happen and the universe starts to work with you to create that for yourself. Now I am 15 years later. I own 5 businesses. I'm starting a 6th business. It was, you know, I own my own building. I'm here in my own building in Salt Lake City, Utah. I own 2 dental offices in 2 locations and a surgical center. And it never was as if I couldn't do something. You know, a lot of times when I share my story with people, they don't, people have they don't relate to like, how are you a non-dentist owning a dental office and owning a surgical center. Like, that's not the typical reality for people. The typical reality is that a dentist owns a dental office and a group of doctors own a surgical center. And I own both. Yeah, I own a training facility, a physical training facility, and then now starting an online coaching and virtual coaching program. Also, you know, I have another program helping females build a business through using essential oils and doTERRA. So, you know, you want to, what my mission has become over the course of the past year, and what I'm really passionate about this year, is actually empowering women to truly step into their feminine power and express what they're here to express in the world, and to do it audaciously, to do it courageously, and to live a life that they truly love. And that's completely possible for anybody and everybody. And so I wanted to share that message with you all today. I have a really great quote that I love from Debbie Ford. She says, "A courageous warrior knows that she is powerfully sourced by something much greater than herself, and that she can release the judgments of others." So many times we let other people, their views, you know, it's kind of like when you share, you know, you like, so many people say, if you have an idea, don't express it to somebody because you're going to immediately get like 10 reasons why you can't do that. Find the people that are going to empower you to fulfill on your dream, and who will support you in achieving it, and who are like your, I call them my mini cheerleaders. You know, you don't have to have a lot. One person, you know, one person that you can go to when you have a circumstance you're dealing with. That's all you need, you know. And you can have a team of them. I have a team of people that if I'm in a breakdown, if something's not going the way that I want it to go, that I can go to, and they're like, you can do this. Like, let's look at it from new eyes. Let's look at it from a new point of view. Like, and really getting clear, like, what do you really want to achieve here? So really, anything can be accomplished. Anything can be done. And don't worry about what other people say. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're here to express your true self to the world. You have a purpose, and your life matters. So you want to like live as though every day is full of joy, every day is full of passion, every day is full of your self-expression. And that's what I hope to help women around the world see, that you can have it all, you can live your dream, and I'm here to be a source of you having that. So please feel free to send me any comments as you watch this along the way. If you have any, like, if you're looking for that one person to be like, I just need somebody to tell me I can do it, reach out to me. I'll be that one person for you. I truly believe that I hear this over and over in my head, like, women are being called to lead. We need more female leaders in the world. We need more female leaders in business. Like, it's where we are. And it's time that we all rise above that and rise to the challenge and honor ourselves. So I hope that this helps. If this helps one woman, then my goal is achieved. But share it. Share my video. Share my story. Empower the women in your life. Empower your daughters. Like, really, you know, I tell my daughters every day, you can do anything, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And that's every day, every conversation that's present, you know. And I have powerful girls living their life, living their truth, out to make a difference in the world, from my 7-year-old to my 16-year-old to my 22-year-old. So be an inspiration to those that are in your life and empower them to live their dreams. And I hope you all have an amazing day, and thank you for watching. And please feel free to comment, ask questions, and I'd love to help you. Take care.